Welcome, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And we're here in the Red Brick House kitchen, and the great thing about this Red Brick House kitchen is this reminds me of growing up, because growing up, and even today, my 82-year-old mother is always in the kitchen cooking, and everybody hangs in the kitchen. And so even as we speak right now, my beautiful bride and my son are actually doing some work right now as we speak, because we've got this great island, which is kind of like the nerve center of our house. So what we're going to do today, earlier I did a video on making, check this out, look at this. This is homemade ketchup with like chipotle in it. Okay, so the reason why we've done this is regular ketchup has a lot of sugar in it, and it's of course processed. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to eat better and get away from having processed foods. So today we're going to make a meatloaf. Meatloaf is completely paleo, as long as you don't use like regular ketchup and things. So we're going to be using some of the ketchup in with our mix, and we're going to be using some of that on top of it to make like a glaze. So I've got really about 2.25 pounds, 2.5 pounds of hamburger right here, because we've got quite a few people that we're going to take care of. And what we're going to do is, I like red pepper, I like onion in mine, I like garlic and things. And what we're going to do is, we're actually going to go ahead and cut up our peppers and our onions along with the garlic, and we're going to saute it. And the reason why we're going to saute it first is to allow it to soften up and to let those fragrances really caramelize. Excuse me, to let the sugars in it caramelize. So we'll end up having a better taste with it, because when you cook it inside of it, you're basically cooking the meat till it gets to the temperature of 160, and it doesn't really cook the onion and pepper the same way. So by cooking it first, it'll make it that much better. And so since we are doing it paleo, we're going to use some almond flour instead of bread. We're going to use a couple of eggs. We're going to use a little bit of the monk fruit sweetener, 2 tablespoons of it. And this is some of my chipotle ketchup. We're going to use some Grey Poupon mustard, some salt, garlic salt, or if you have a kosher coarse salt, is good too. Some Italian seasoning, a few pepper flakes, and of course, pepper. And what we're going to do is, I've got the pan in here heating up. I'm going to try and mince these really nice and small. And if you like the recipes and things that we're doing, by all means, please hit the like button and share it with others, so that way we can continue to grow here in Joe Boo's kitchen. And if you have something that you would like us to cook, give us some recipe, or if you have great recipe ideas you'd like to share with us and for us to try. And we will markize it. I know that's not a real word, but all right, you see we got this minced up really nice. We have our pan that's getting hot. Okay, let's let you guys see the pan here. There we go. We got a different holder here. See how well that works. Okay. We're going to also add our garlic. We used olive oil in here to lubricate it. I'm going to chop up the garlic. I'm going to add that. I like to add the garlic after the other stuff starts, so that way it doesn't burn. And that will allow more of that flavor to be able to stay in it, because it's still relatively soft. Okay, so we've got our peppers and onions. We're going to turn that down, and we're going to get our gloves on, and we're going to get our eggs. I've got 2 eggs here that we're going to beat up before we put into it. There we go. Our 2 eggs. Bam! Just like that. Now, let's see if we can get our gloves on. These have got so they're a little bit sticky, or they're kind of sticking together, and sometimes they're hard to get them on. Now we preheated the oven here, so we'll have that ready, and I'll get a glass. I'm going to use a glass dish to put this in. You can use a loaf pan, but because we're doing such a big one, I'm going to use a big pan because we have a lot. We're making an extremely large one. All right, so we have some almond flour. We got 2 teaspoons of our monk fruit sugar. We've got our ketchup. I'm gonna put a little extra in there. Make it saucy. Okay. And we need some mustard. And let me pull you a little closer here. This is literally broke-ass media because we are broke-ass. Okay. So you can see our ingredients right here. We're going to go ahead and take and put a spoonful of Grey Poupon. Grey Poupon. Italian seasoning. Lowry's garlic salt. Few crushed red peppers, just a few. You don't want to make it too spicy. And of course, you know, I go through. I need to go back to BJ's or to Restaurant Depot and get me a big thing of peppercorns because you know how quickly. I just refilled this. Literally, just refilled this. I use a lot of pepper. All right, so we've got all of this here together, all that's there, and we're going to take our gloved hands, and we're going to mix all this together, and then we're going to make it into a nice loaf, and then we're going to put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to take it out, then we're going to put some more of our chipotle ketchup on top of it to make a glaze, and then we'll cook it for about another 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna see if I have any potatoes, and we'll do maybe some mashed potatoes with it because that'll be good to go with this. Or I have some little fingerling potatoes. Huh? Okay. My wife says mashed potatoes would be perfect. Now you can see this is with the liquid. The eggs are going to act like glue to help firm it up. You've got the seasoning in there. We've got the almond flour instead of bread. And we have the onions and the peppers that are all already cooked. So that's going to infuse more flavor. And this is going to be a big loaf. We're going to stretch this sucker out. Oh, look at it. Oh, I like that. Now this is an 85-15 mix on the ground beef. Voila. How's that look, baby?
It's pretty.
Boom. That's it. So now it's going to go in the oven for the next 30 minutes. That's the start.
Okay.
Oh, snap. I forgot the onions.
Oh my gosh.
How?
Wow. Starting over.
No, it's not. It's not like I put it in the oven. See, this is what happens when it's broke-ass meeting. I gotten it all, and I was like, I don't see the onions in it. At least I realized I did it before I put it in the oven.
Next one. Let's put this aside. That.
What is this?
Oh, you need that one from the
This
other.
one, this one. Well, I don't need that one.
It might be in here for all we know. Okay, so now this one is VIP. Same process, A, B, C. Assisted electricians in the installation, maintenance, and repair of electrical systems and equipment. That sounds appropriate for this. That might help us write the lead-in copy. We're also going to use that. This copy. Let's get that. Conduct inspections of transformers, circuit breakers, and other electrical devices. We do that one. Measure, cut, and bend wires using hand tools and power tools equipment. Install conduit, wires, switches, and outlets, lighting fixtures, and other electrical components and other guides and restraints. It's slightly different.
Well, if it's different.
There it is. Switches, outlets, and lighting fixtures.
Conduit's the only thing, the main thing I did with that was different. Well, conduit is definitely what it's the main thing.
Right.
That's for commercial. Yeah,
For
this
commercial.
conduit.
Okay, good. Maintain a clean, organized work environment. I think that's a C. Not that we might not use it to like round things out. Just depends on how many A's we
That's
use.
not a compass of everything.
Exactly. And maybe we
It
can
can be used for something
maybe we'll
else.
plug that into the overarching established safety protocols when working with electricity to prevent accidents or injuries. Supported senior electricians and creating blueprints and programs.
Okay.
So, learn proper handling techniques for different types of electrical papers.
There we go.
That's big.
Bam.
Difference between
All right.
130 and 277.
Okay. Operated power tools.
Go ahead.
I am going to, just because.
It's all the same.
Assisted in the assembly of control panels and mounting components into backboards or enclosures. That's very specific.
Yeah, because the panels, you have to put them all together.
There we go. All right, I got it right this time. We're going to put it in the oven, and we're going to cook this for about 30 minutes, and we're going to take it out, and we're going to put the glaze back on it and put it back in until it gets to 160.
Projects within timelines. Assistance in emergency repairs of everything. Because you really have the story.
The architect to say, hey, what you have can't work.
Alrighty, so we're checking in on our meatloaf here. It's been a good bit of time. We kind of split in the top here because we got too many peppers and onions there because I kind of screwed the pooch. But we're going to go ahead and put our thermometer in the center of this because we need to get this to 160. And we're going to take some of our paleo ketchup. We're going to put some of that on top of it to glaze. Now what I've also done is I have some potatoes that I've quartered up in about 3/4 to an inch size, and those are with Greek Greek dressing on them. All right, we just need to get this to 160, and we're good to go. Boom, chakalaka. And slide this back in, and I'll show you my potatoes. Although I just pulled out my thermometer. But there's my potatoes. And put the thermometer back in.
And we did a lot of freezing.
There we go. Take that out when it gets to 160. Let me take a look here. Taking the damn time to do anything.
0 hour.
Ooh. We got this meatloaf. I got to double check and make sure I got it in the right spot here. That it is all the way done. All right. There we go. Cooking dinner here at the Red Brick House.
It's just like the time of 0 hour. What was he telling me? The man interested.
Okay,
in
so
after Jerry Jones in the 90s.
He was interested in the job. I know you lost focus because you're looking at the meatloaf, right?
Always.
I get it. I get it. It's understandable. I got to pour the oil. All right, here we go. Pull the potatoes out. Look at that. Now this is just some Greek dressing on here, a little bit of extra Italian seasoning, and some extra olive oil. And we bake those in there. Now this isn't the prettiest meatloaf in the world. When I ended up putting too many in there and it kind of cracked. But I bet you it tastes pretty good. I'm going to cut a piece and do a taste test here. Tell you what, it's hot. All right, here we go. Pull the potatoes out. Look at that. Now this is just some Greek dressing on here, a little bit of extra Italian seasoning, and some extra olive oil. And we bake those in there. Now this isn't the prettiest meatloaf in the world. When I ended up putting too many in there and it kind of cracked. But I bet you it tastes pretty good. I'm going to cut a piece and do a taste test here. Tell you what, it's hot. It's hot. We got it to 160. Getting firm. Yep, it's done. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Oh, good. Just the person we need right now.
Ooh, is it taste test time?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at the potatoes. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
It's not on.